2.2 today! Yay! Yesterday we had a lot of fun, but also went through a lot of sad story. Exploring Styxia, the oceanside kingdom that became the land of the dead, and going through a lot of references to like Greek mythology and stuff like that. But it eventually ended in Castorus getting to meet Thanatos, who turned out to be someone named Elixia, who was her twin sister in the past Era Nova, or the past cycle. And realizing that together, both of them make up the hands of Thanatos. And now it seems like she might be able to get the girl from death, which is what she was here for. I did put a little bit of story after yesterday, but pretty much like I realized I should have probably just kept streaming or waited until today because a lot of exciting stuff happened. So specifically, Phynon addressed the council, the Citizens Assembly, and sort of made the case, one last try at making a case for the Flame Chase journey and the Chrysos heirs, talking about his own hometown of Ide Ciliciae and how they also lived in peace and thought that, you know, they could just have happy lives like the people in Alchema do. But then the Black Tide arrived and they all sadly perished, terrible deaths, and sort of pleading with the people. The Chrysos heirs won't abandon you. The reason Alchema is still here is because they've been fighting, and if we get rid of the Flame Chase journey, like the Black Tide is no joke. You can get rid of death, you can get rid of all of these like calamity, strife, and all of these things. But is that actually, that's not going to solve the problem. Mighty's out there fighting. But it's something that really needs to be feared. Now Anaxa is the last one to vote. I was playing and then I sensed he's about to do something crazy, so I stopped, and now as soon as I start the game it's gonna go back to that. I think some crazy stuff's gonna happen, which is why I'm like, oh darn it, I didn't actually skip over that much story this time. I should have just kept streaming. I should have showed up Phynon's awesome, rousing speech, but also very tragic speech. But it's okay. We're gonna continue. We're gonna continue with Anaxa here and seeing what he and Circes are gonna do. They are the tiebreaker vote in whether to go with the corrupt Council of Elders plan or the Era Chrysia, or continue the pursuit of the Era Nova with the Chrysos heirs. Alright, that's pretty much summary. I think, yeah, crazy stuff's gonna happen soon. Switching to Anaxa's POV. Here we are. Hello, Nigus.
You've done well, Phynon. Given the circumstances, delivering a rousing speech to stir up emotions was a prudent move.
I thought so too. Now I noticed that Phynon's eyes literally look like the symbol of Catholic.
Thank you all for your patience. On behalf of the 7 sages of the Grove of Epiphany and the scholars of Amphoreus, I, Anaxagoras, am ready to cast my vote.
Remember, Anaxa has been researching and doing supposedly blasphemous research.
In the interest of fairness, Lady Goldweaver,
Flame Chase journey is
I
just
pose
one
a
of
question
many
to you
cycles,
before all who are gathered
There's
here.
another cycle like it in the past that created the current Titans.
Will you, as Phynon has promised, stand by the decision made in the assembly, regardless of outcome?
In the interest of fairness, I make no promises, lest it should influence your decision.
Very well. I thank you for your honesty.
I like Anaxa. But I feel like so out of gems, I can't like pull for him or anything.
What's he doing?
The stakes are high. Let's be patient.
Yeah, let's be patient.
Cut the act! Who do you think
Be
you are
patient.
wasting our time like
Smart
this?
people need to take time to actually think about things. Okay, let's...
Lord Anaxa, please do not forget that I...
You're not as... I don't think you
Rule
have the
number
leverage
1.
you think you do.
Do not call me Anaxa.
Yeah, that's right.
Rule number 2. Never interrupt me. Silence is golden.
There it is. There's his quote. Obviously, the first thing everybody does is start making noise.
Just vote already. What are you waiting for?
I cannot help but wonder, is every hardship in the world something you will exploit and use to your advantage?
Yeah, let's remember that today is the 15th entry hour, where both Anaxa and us, the player character, are at risk of completely dying. So let's keep that in mind as we proceed with today.
How else am I supposed to make use of this situation where my body and soul are separated?
Good point. Still confused about that, but yeah.
Oh, Circes. Or should I say Calypso. Accompany me on this final journey. Let us journey to the Netherrealm and see how she will substantiate the answer to your question and validate my decision.
Interesting. That's where
We need only to follow the sound of the tides.
Oh, he's back here now.
You are...
Well done, child.
Oh, it's his
Just as I foresaw, you have achieved great things.
teacher.
What a twist of fate. A blasphemer raised in the doctrines of the Venerationists. It's like a foal kicking its mother in the belly after taking all her milk.
I respect you immensely, sir. But
You cherish the truth even more. So, child, do not be troubled by the criticisms I have borne.
That's what
Do
drives-
not let
that's what
those
drives
voices
learning.
hinder you as you forge ahead. As
seems
the
like
sage of the Venerationists, I am duty-bound to oppose you. But, as your friend and mentor, Anaxagoras, I say, go forth, for the truth is already in your hands.
I will keep that in mind.
Go now, child. Your lonely pursuit is about to welcome a new chapter. And when you reach the end of this journey, may we meet again with the truth before us.
You have my word, sir. May Circes safeguard your thoughts.
May Circe safeguard your thoughts.
A respectful agree to disagree between scholars.
You are right, Empedocles. My lonely pursuit is about to welcome a new chapter. I must be on my way now. May we meet again with the truth before us, Empedocles.
What are you waiting for? Just cast your vote.
Be patient. Oh.
Silence!
I imagine
Silence, everyone!
Alexa talking to himself in the middle of the room.
Behold, Circes.
Not necessarily.
Here at the
It's going to
center
be
of the
confusing to other
world,
people.
I shall write the final step of my proof.
Okay, do it, do it. Tell everybody you learned.
For this place is but one step away from the truth.
Explain it.
Professor, I completed the proof you wanted.
What's happening?
Thank you, Castorus.
The answer is plain as day. My vote goes to The flame chase journey and nothing else!
Elder Kindness,
I have deciphered the truth of this world!
With the balance shattered, the result is clear.
How was Castor
By
able to send
carefully
him the
into
message
Lenten
from
above,
either one?
as the Theoros,
It must have been part
I
of their
observed.
agreement that they had before, but...
No! Lygus, you can't!
Hey, a vote is a vote, lady.
Nexa, what have you done? Have you lost your mind?
Yes, everybody's already said he lost his mind.
I
This should
hope
be
you
no
are
surprise to
prepared
me.
for the harsh punishment awaiting you. Mark my words, I will make sure that clever head of yours never forgets the price of betrayal.
Well, you have until the end of the day to do something to him before he just dies.
Have you forgotten? I told you that happens to be one of my rare
In other words,
talents.
I don't think you can.
You put on such a grand performance just to aid their preposterous flame chase journey.
Performance?
That's what democracy is.
No, you are quite mistaken. I may be paranoid by nature, but I've always been known for my honesty. If you really understood me, Lady Kindness, you'd realize that I never had any interest in your pathetic little game of politics. Factions, standpoints, they are jokes in my eyes. I have never once switched sides, because I, and I alone, am the truth.
Lady Kindness, with all the citizens here as witnesses, we should honor the spirit of democracy
That's right.
and respect
This is
decision of this
democracy.
assembly. I have observed that Akama has chosen her destiny. This citizens'
With the majority
assembly
vote, I
has
might
resolved to continue the flame chase journey. This resolution shall be put up on the wall of heroes, such that all citizens are aware of the city's way forward.
You!
It seems not everyone is ready for the assembly to end. Very well. Let me entertain you for a little longer.
Yes, entertain us.
By your leave, Lord Lygus.
Interesting. Elders and citizens, your attention, please. Stay for a moment more, if you will. Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany has an announcement for the assembly.
what is this performer up to now?
Just moments ago, all of you made a decision on the fate of Amphoreus. As a supporter of the Flame Chase journey, it pleases me to see the choice you have made. But I regret to say that I still harbor doubts about this outcome. Thus, I hereby challenge this resolution.
Okay.
Tell
You
me.
voted for it.
Who among you dare swear to Kephalli's name that Era Nova will truly welcome the fairy tale ending that the Chrysos heirs have
But
promised?
he's a scholar. He is
A
constantly
beautiful
questioning
new world
the
free
way
of
things
calamity
are.
and
And
madness?
that drives his research and motivation.
That's impossible!
The endless pursuit of knowledge.
No one? Must I pick somebody to answer? Very well. You, the one acting so wise and profound. In front of all present here, do you dare swear that it will happen for sure? No? Fine. Next. You, the one with ignorance written all over your face. Yes, you. Do you dare swear by it in front of the Titan?
What are you trying to do?
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean,
Useless. Your turn, then. With that smug look of
I mean,
yours,
this vote barely
you
passed,
must be
I mean,
confident
so
that the flame chase
kind of
journey is
questioning
the best
everybody's,
course to take, right?
decision. But
Hey,
it's okay.
mind your
because Anaxa has a plan
So,
for everything.
No one? I see. In that case, Finan, answer me this.
Yeah, Finan.
Your speech was filled with such passion just
I don't
now.
know how exactly.
How
I mean,
confident,
I mean,
then, are you in
Nobody can
making
promise
this
that the
promise?
Era Nova is actually going to be good.
Professor, What are you doing?
You know,
Let him continue with
just
his
answer the
performance.
question. Yeah.
Will you look at that? Even Finan and Aglaya lack the courage to make such a promise.
Nobody
And
can
what's even
guarantee what
more
the future
absurd
holds.
is that no one but I can promise you this new world. And yet, the Assembly passed the resolution anyway.
Okay. How will you promise us that the Aerodome is gonna be good?
But you needn't worry, because I knew better than to trust you good-for-nothings. That is precisely why I am here today.
I agree with that.
To give you one final lecture.
I think we need a lecture to enlighten us, sir.
Now listen up and listen well. I, Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany, hereby declare everything that the Flame Chase journey promises is true. Finan of Ides Elysiae, the prophesied demigod who shall succeed Kefali, will reforge each and every one of us in the new world with his complete, intact memories.
Whoa. I knew it.
The core flame-bearing titans were the Chrysos heirs of yesterday. And the Chrysos heirs who carry the core flames today will become the titans of tomorrow.
I also knew it, but only after Anaxa said it the first time. Whoa.
All of
what
our
a big
souls shall
revelation.
endure for eternity in the miracle of the World-Bearer. And all under Kefali's protection shall step into that new world.
Awesome.
This is your blasphemy!
It's impossible.
And hey, he's done his research. I believe him. Literally died and came back for that
Are
kind of
you
information.
saying that we must bow down to you and worship you, even in our next lives?
Look, lady, I know it's
Enough.
tough.
You blasphemous imbecile! How dare you try to deceive us with all these lies and falsehoods? How can you prove?
I told you, don't interrupt me. But since you've asked, I shall be kind and indulge you. My statements are based on my experiments on the divine body of Kefali themselves.
Whoa.
You heard me correctly, everyone. With the tacit approval of Kindness and the Council of Elders, I
Whoa,
fused my
Kindness, this is
soul
your
with the
fault,
gods through
actually.
alchemy and learned the truth behind Era Nova.
Oh my gosh. Isn't it so satisfying, though, to have a character like Anaxa just finally say whatever it's on everybody's minds, and after this entire, 20 hours of confusing story, just lay it all out there, give it to us straight up, and hey, we were here for the whole time, so we know that he has worked really extensively to prove that all of this is not just a theory, a game theory. But yeah, thank you, Anaxa, for that. This is an incredibly satisfying moment. I don't know what to tell you. Just
What is he talking about? Isn't that pure blasphemy?
well, you guys already thought he was a blasphemer, so I don't understand what
the
surprises you
vile,
all now.
wretched blasphemer, deserve nothing less than death for my sins. And the Council of Elders, which granted me consent and aided in committing this atrocity, should face punishment alongside me.
Whoa.
By the gods, even Kindness has betrayed Akuma.
Well, Kindness, what do you have to say to that? You've completely
I have
been
no knowledge of his
played
transgressions.
by him.
He did that on his own. The Council of Elders bears no responsibility for his actions. Lord Lygus, as the esteemed Theoros, are you going to simply stand by and allow the Council of Elders to be dragged through the mud?
Well, Lygus was
If
actually
the
the one who let him get
accusation
near
is
Kefali.
true, I will acknowledge it. If not, my conscience stands unburdened. Lady Kindness, the reputation of the Council of Elders was not built in a day, nor will it be shattered overnight. Repercussions await those who fool the people, and punishment must be meted out on those who abandon their vows. We should respect this beautiful city and her people.
You...
Lady Aglaya, the Gold Weaver, I humbly ask that you take on the responsibility of overseeing this judgment in the name of the fairness of Talantin and the justice of Kefali. Considering the circumstances, and in accordance with Akima's codex, as the only demigod among us, you shall rightfully wield this authority.
The honor is mine to bear.
How is this permitted?
Elders and citizens, silence, if you please. Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany has made his statement clear. As per Akima's codex, I request all present citizens to stand with me in exercising the right of judgment. First, Elder Kindness of Akima and Ligus the Theoros stand accused of neglecting their duties and abusing the law, leading to the egregious blasphemy against a god. In the names of Talantin and Kefali, Akima is to form a committee before the 7th action hour to conduct an investigation and disclose the findings to the public for subsequent judgment.
That's what we deserve!
We passed this motion.
Curse you!
Now, concerning Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany, he has confessed to grave blasphemy against Kefali. In the names of Talantin and Kefali, the accused must be allowed to hear the people's voice prior to the execution, for a chance at a reduced sentence and possible pardon.
Well, they seem to have their opinions.
Professor.
As for Anaxa, I don't think he cares one way or another at this point. Okay, we get the... Yep, okay, I think we know how the people feel about this.
Enough with the hesitation, Aglaya. This is not like you.
Let him die!
Then, in light of the people's voice, O Talantin on high, may you bring death upon him.
This is an extreme excitement for considering we're about to watch him. And... Oh, it's us again. Oh, how did we get here? A sea of flowers? What is this place? Cass.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. I bore the name of Castrus while walking among the mortals. And now, I stand as the demigod of death, the living side of Thanatos. Welcome to my realm, where the west wind ends.
Cass. Mom, I made it. My character arc is finally done. No. Unlike the Traveler, the Sea of Flowers, I do not think is where your story ends. It's a beautiful place.
Every departed soul who has arrived here has expressed the same. Did you know? Every flower here was planted by Thanatos themselves. These flowers were originally both lifeless and immortal, but in the first rain brought by the River of Souls, they were given new life, flourishing as the bearers of countless souls. And it is my duty as the Master of Death to tend to their well-being and foster their growth in this serene haven. Similar to the structured cycle of life and death in the mortal world, these flowers too shall wither and fade, returning to the earth and then ascending to the sky with mist and tides. Eventually, They will descend to the mortal land as gentle rain. Every soul undergoes the perpetual cycle of reincarnation, albeit in varied forms, until the world meets its end. Yet, sadly, there's no time left for Amphoreus to wait for when the flowers bloom again. Now, death is the power at my fingertips. It once led the souls of the deceased here, but I shall open the gate of the netherworld and return you to the realm of the living. In exchange, please, take the core flame of death with you and complete the flame chase journey. Do not let our work thus far be in vain.
Absorb the core flame to fully become the demigod? I mean, sorry, you have my word.
Thank you.
Thank you. I hope you're at peace with the life you had. Your life had so many ups and downs. But now, as the one who guards over all these souls of the dead, I wish you well. And also, if you're gonna bring us back out of the nether realm, I'm assuming now is this our soul, or is this actually our body too? Or is our body still up there dying as we were before, and she's gonna bring our soul to reconnect it with our body? But either way, what's stopping the same thing from happening between you and Polixia before, where she brought you up to the mortal realm, but in exchange the powers kind of got split between the two of them, and life and death kind of got thrown out of order. What's stopping that from happening again? But you're not going back.
Just like the other demigods, I will stay here and embrace my destiny. That being said, it is not easy to guide a lost soul back to the mortal realm. The whispers of death are sweet and alluring. If your determination wavers, you will succumb and be forever ensnared by the netherworld's grasp. Please consider this a one-time exception. I will do everything in my power for the flame chase journey. And for your life, the only life I can save.
I'll do my best. Thank you for your sacrifice.
I am glad to hear that.
Over here!
March? March! Keep going, the express is right.
I believe in you.
Guys, no. How is March doing? We haven't heard from her in so long.
Death is such a sweet joy. Grace awaits you.
It's
Lift your
us.
chin up high and step forward with us toward tomorrow!
That's right. Keep your eyes on the dawn.
Onward. Show me your courage.
Resist the land of the dead's temptation.
Partner, we
No,
shall
of course
become
I can
heroes
resist it. I still
together.
have to enjoy all of these things in my life, too. There's still things I need to do. Finally. Thank you, Casterus. Since I've already made it to the end, maybe I can have one last glance at the Sea of Flowers. Okay, it actually freaks me out when the text is in red. There's actually something like so triggering about it. Don't turn around, keep looking forward. Acheron. Fear not, as a touch of red will be awaiting you at the end of the path. It'll guide you and illuminate the way out. By doing so, you'll eventually reunite in the warmth of the sunlight. What's this? What in the world are these shadows and voices?
All of this is proof that you once lived. Your soul, your memories, the years you've journeyed through, and the path they revealed, leading you back home. So, continue onward. Do not stop moving forward, and do not let her sacrifice and the support of all who have stood by you be in vain.
Whose voice is
Over
that?
here, friend!
Mim! Save us!
Take my hand! Let's go home.
Let's go home. Goodbye, Netherrealm. Hello again, mortal realm. Let the trailblazing continue. I'm
At last.
back.
I knew you could do it.
Goodbye, Cass.
Your soul is still perfectly whole. As if some kind of force is trying its best to keep it together.
Could it be the power of remembrance?
Is it Oryx's final blessing?
Or the Netherrealm? Or Oryx's
Is it a
power?
miracle of your own? It's truly incredible. Such a strange surge of familiarity. So hard to describe. Perhaps it is fate, once again fulfilling its own design. Or perhaps it is the laws from beyond the sky, so familiar to you.
Yes, that's right.
That intertwined our fates long. It seems that this is the riddle which cannot be solved anytime soon. The sensation of becoming a demigod is truly wondrous. It's as if the river of souls is winding its way through the depths of my spirit, transforming with each breath into a fine rain that nourishes the world. Do you recall that prophecy? At the end of the sea of flowers, the souls of the living shall warm thy fingertips, and after an embrace, there shall be eternal separation.
First embrace.
I promised you that I would do everything in my power to give it another meaning. Now, as I stand as a demigod and destiny draws to a close, I can finally end it in a way that is as beautiful as it deserves. The wish I once sought, but could never grasp, is now within reach. In this brand new world, every blooming life will lift its arms in celebration and recount the profound meaning of this very instant. Every touch, every embrace we share will never again be an ice-cold loss. They will radiate with an intense warmth, sowing love far and wide throughout the land.
Life and death. Love and loss.
The other shore is very cold. May I borrow your warmth? One last time. Thank you for fulfilling this wish of mine. The place I'll be going to is what humans call the Land of Sorrows. But with this heartbeat and the residual heat of this embrace, I shall turn the nether realm into a gentle place of rest. This embrace may be brief, but it's the proof that I once lived.
Goodbye.
Farewell, then. May we reunite in the new world.
Oh, okay, she read it for me.
That grand and absurd performance was what you've been seeking your whole life?
Hey, he's not dead yet.
I gave up everything in search of truth. And it culminated in this
Or is
very
he already
moment.
dead? I'm still lost on that.
You, on the other hand, performed as I expected. You did not hesitate when you saw the chance to attain power. It's as if you...
Crave power, like a fly craves rot.
Those are your words, not mine.
But what you said at the end, did you already know what I had planned for Thainan?
Yeah, because he's not a playable character yet. It's pretty obvious.
I may have lost an eye, but my vision is clearer than anyone else. You've nearly exhausted your humanity. You're no different from my current state as a walking corpse.
That's true. I've long since burned to ash over the past 1,000 years. Only he is capable of unleashing a raging fire that rivals our final great enemy, Aquila.
So, this is our last chance. How about we let go of the bad blood between us? May I resonate with your core flame, Aglaya?
Please do.
Which one?
That's impossible. To persist with your soul thin to such an extent. You're insane.
Just as you fight to lug your corpse onward to complete your unfinished goals,
So her soul
I have
is
my
thinning
own
out,
reasons for
and
doing
Anaxa's
this.
body is dying, so they're really actually not in great
Until
shape.
Thainan grows into his position as the prophesied leader, I must continue to lead everyone on the flame chase journey. I must keep inching forward, even if only as an empty shell.
I've long predicted this was the case, but I didn't think you'd already lost so much.
Yeah, I mean, her soul is from one away.
How ironic. We would have avoided so many misunderstandings if you and I had just spoken this candidly before. But casting aside our ideological differences, there is one thing you and I agree on.
Thainan.
Yes. He was born to be a hero. He understands the hearts of the people, and I can confidently say he is a far better leader than you. Only he is capable of fulfilling your mission. Sadly, he is a man cursed by Nestia. But by my estimates, his horribly elaborate sense of style should not impede Era Nova.
Congratulations are in order.
You guys are so funny.
We found common ground at the very end of our destined paths.
When you put it that way, it makes me want to take back what I said.
Aglaya, we're back.
Hi, Finan. Oh, hey, it's all of us. The whole gang's here.
Come welcome our great hero reborn from the ashes.
Not dead anymore. Managed to save me before the 15th entry.
I hope he
How about
didn't
you?
hear your earlier assessment.
It wouldn't be the first time I criticized him. A man should be aware of his own shortcomings.
I'm gonna sail away from the underworld. Oh, wait, I'm just holding the core flame of death. So nerve-wracking. Hey,
I'm
guys.
gladdened by your triumphant return.
Oh, you guys gonna talk to them.
But I don't see Castris among your number.
Cass.
It looks like she not only helped me prove my theory, but helped you fulfill your mission as well.
She finally understood her origins and completed her trial. I believe she'll always be at her side.
She might not have been able to change her fate, but she still wrote the final verse of her epic herself.
That's right. It's like Mighty said,
Dreamer,
whatever you can
please
control
recite the
is
prophecy for us.
whatever you can't control your fate.
Trailblazer,
Resist
please
with all you
surrender
can.
that scalding
Might
cool
have.
flame for us as well. You are the only life she ever saved by her own hand in her 1,000 years on this earth. I believe no one is more qualified for this noble task.
Let the ceremony begin.
O gods who have returned, and gods who are still watching, today we bring you a soul laid bare. The Hand of Shadow, Thanatos, remembered their name from the past. From daylight they came, and to their fragrant dwelling they return, to walk now among your ranks. And there was one who joined hands with the Titan, a traveler risen from the dead and reborn among mortal kind. She is the everlasting night, and shall now proclaim in her good name, O Majesty of the 12 Titans, pillars of the world, we seek your divinity to mend the rifts of the world. Fill our bodies with blood of gold till we wither in willing service to the prophecy.
Yeah.
Step forward, Trailblazer from beyond the sky, and together with us, surrender the core flame and carve their star into the sky.
Goodbye, casters. Here you go. 9 out of 12.
A constellation
We've
for
made so
death.
much progress after it's taken 1,000 years of
For
foolishness.
life and death, to be more precise.
That's right, both. The two sides of the same coin.
Look, it's...
Cass! Came to say goodbye. Is that Castorus?
No, it's only a divine echo. I think she's here for the trial.
What did she say?
That's the language of the Titans. Castorus... No. The Titan. They said... I have illuminated the cold shadow of death.
Onwards. For your path to the future is bright and its flame eternal. Do not forget.
She made quite a scene. I suppose it's my turn now.
Okay,
I won't
is the
stop
core
you.
flame what's keeping him alive right now?
Professor, you...
God. Alright, core flame
What's
of
with that
Cersei's
look?
time.
You were present. So, let's get this execution over with. We wouldn't want to bring shame to Akima's divine laws or keep me from creating a new world.
You never change, do you, Professor? I don't understand. If your theory is correct, you'll lose all memories of your past life once you become a Titan. So what's the point of becoming a god?
Of course there's a point. Even if I forget who I am, I'll still have my brilliant mind.
Still figure out what your plan was anyway?
It goes without
I can
saying,
see it.
I'll find a way to retrieve memories of my past life. Besides, I still have you, don't I?
I still don't really understand what you said during the assembly. Even if it were true, things
I know, that's a lot of pressure on
forged from
Final, that
memory
he's gonna
could
be
never
able to
be the
recreate
same as the
everything
original
perfectly from
anyway.
memory.
Then allow me to tell you right now that you're wrong.
Okay.
What exactly are we? My answer is that the Chrysos heirs are the future Titans and vice versa. Of course, this answer only applies to us. So, what are we when it comes to regular mortals? The very essence of the world, our souls, are tiny invisible seeds that hold records of each person's memories of the world. And we are the buds that sprout from these seeds to grow into great trees.
Is that what new sporism means?
Correct. Once our physical bodies are born, we become new extensions of the world. From there, we plant our seeds into someone's memories and then scatter them into the hearts of countless people in the future. Just as seeds are affected by their environment, so too will our appearances differ across memories. But the partial memories we carry will always be the same, because that is just how the world is.
I'm not sure that's all rooted in reality, but
To
you know,
destroy our very existence,
I think he knows what he's talking
one
about
must destroy the world
in
itself.
terms of his own world. So,
But we have someone who will still live on with his
work.
perfect memory.
But that's still putting a lot of faith that you're going to
That
be able to
person
finish your
is
mission
you,
when you
child
don't
of
have
Kefali.
that in your own hands now.
This is what it means to be the world-bearing Titan. So, carry everything of this world and live on. Don't disappoint those most precious to you. Don't disappoint Lady Goldweaver. And especially, don't bring dishonor to my theory.
That's it. He's putting his faith in you.
Anaxa,
That's
I
saying
swear
a
to
lot.
you, I'll lead everyone to our reunion in the new world.
Good. That is all I have to say. Farewell, everyone. May we meet again in the next life.
So this is a great time for me to ask this question, which is, what actually triggers the start of the Era Nova? Is it all 12 core flames being claimed by demigods, then that by itself starts the Era Nova? Or is there something they all have to do once they're all demigods? Because, as we know, at least one of them is already dead. I think Anaxa is going to become the demigod and then just die as well. I'm just going to assume that something happens when all the core flames have been taken up. Either that or Phynon as the prophesized demigod of world-bearing is going to be able to trigger something that starts the Era Nova. That's question one. Question two is that the Era Nova appears to be the cycle of like the world ending and then being reborn again, with the faith that the world-bearing Titan, all the Titans were the Chrysos heirs in the previous Era Nova, and in the new Era Nova they're the Titans, with the world-bearing Titan recreating all the people. That's why in the myth Kefali created the people, but it's actually sort of implied that they are reincarnations of the past people who died at the end of the previous Era Nova. What happens to us? Like, but specifically, I mean, me and Dan Heng, who are not technically from this world and technically not really part of its cycle. Do we die and get resurrected or reincarnated, or are we just gonna stay the same as before? And because if we die and come back to life, then that brings up the whole issue of are we the same two people who left the Astral Express? Because we'd be like exact copies with all the memories and the exact form, but are we the same people? So many questions. Okay, but let's let Anaxa do his thing.
Farewell, great performer. May Circe's safeguard your thoughts.
Salute him in the same way. May Circe's safeguard your thoughts.
Are you satisfied, Honorable Titan?
Very. I hereby swear I have borne witness. Anaxagoras of the New Sporists and the Grove of Epiphany has successfully overcome the trial of reason. Thus, I shall confer upon you these words. You shall transcend the peaks of purity and return to corruption and hardship.
All these confusing prophecies, what does that even mean?
So that's a god's prophecy. It sounds like you just rephrased my past, present, and future.
Yeah.
Oh, Circes. Is that all you've got?
The sassiness is real.
Well, you've already transcended the peaks of purity, and you were never the type to give me any leeway.
That is true.
But I do still have one question.
I knew it. What is it? Maybe we're thinking of the same thing.
As you've so boldly stated, we and the world itself live on through the memories of others. If that is the case, whose memories did the very first new spore sprout from?
How should I know?
Oh my.
But since we are both equally curious, we should allow the children of humanity who come after us to investigate in our stead.
Well, it might take them a while to piece it together. Wait.
Rejoice, Circes. I sow the seeds of suspicion in the new world with your soul! And now, the objective is complete. That is all.
Oh, okay. I didn't expect it to be so abrupt.
Thankfully, she's still alive.
Why are we cutting back to this now? What's going on? Anaxa
Was
just
March
died.
7th also in this condition when she was first rescued by the Express?
Her condition was very similar. It's just that at that time, the Express did not have a memo keeper who could diagnose her condition.
But she still woke up naturally. Looking on the bright side, that might happen this time as well.
We actually still have no idea what is March 7th's connection to Amphoreus, or what Amphoreus is doing to her. When March awakened from the ice, her memories were completely wiped clean. I want to prepare for the worst and prevent something like that from happening again. Can you share with us your hypothesis?
I do not have conclusive evidence, but judging by her current condition, perhaps March 7th's memories have been hijacked.
Hijacked?
Think about it, Miss Himiko. What will happen when someone loses their ability to remember?
I'm not a biologist, but I hear there's a species of fish named Vonwak that has the memory span of less than a second. It forgets anything that occurs the very next instant. Perhaps something similar will happen.
Unfortunately, short-term memory is an entirely different concept from the inability to remember. Perhaps it is difficult for you to imagine.
Okay, then explain.
But an individual who has lost their ability to remember turns into nothingness.
She's smiling even though she is in this coma. And how come this, like, ice formed around her? I mean, we don't know if that happened to her the first time she was in ice, but it just sort of appeared. Nothingness.
The belief of the Garden is that everything in this universe can be interpreted through memories. This is the driving force behind the continuance of this path.
Odd. That is exactly what Anaxa was kind of talking about before he literally vanished into thin air.
The past is made up of memoria, while the future is a possibility that will eventually be converted to memoria. But the present, it doesn't really exist, and it's only an abstract expression.
This is an excellent kind of storytelling mechanic to make the entire story not make any sense anymore.
Therefore, when a person is affected by the path and loses their ability to remember, their physical form will also be affected. These ice crystals are a manifestation of that.
Miss Black Swan, there is one thing I haven't looked into deeply until now. You've guided us to Amphoreus, but refused to tell us your true intentions. Collecting memories is simply not a convincing answer. Especially since we and Dan Heng have completely lost contact with the Express. And meanwhile, what has Black Swan been doing this entire, 3 or 4 months we've been MIA?
Is Miss Himiko suspicious of me?
Hey, she should. I mean no offense. I'm merely speculating. But I appreciate your honesty if possible.
In other words, now is the time for me to prove my innocence.
Yeah.
That's not a problem, of course. The true reason behind my intentions is that Amphoreus holds special significance. For some memo keepers of the Garden with extremist views, it is a perfect example.
This is so strange because the entire story of Amphoreus is completely self-contained. With just sort of wondering what is the influence on the supposed real world outside of Amphoreus and the actual laws of physics and everything like that. What's causing the cyclical world in Amphoreus where everything seems to be governed by the titans of every era nova. And then we just come out here to completely just yank ourselves away from Amphoreus, kind of with this omniscient third-person view of Amphoreus. It's so strange. Oh my gosh. Perfect example.
A world that can only be seen through the Garden's mirror means that memo keepers have the right to keep the world in their private collection. If those Pathstriders of Remembrance were to uncover the secrets of Amphoreus first, they might unleash their wild ambitions and remodel more worlds into a similar form.
Well, that's not good, but is that at risk of happening right now? So the reason you did everything you could to convince the Express to come to the Star Zone is just to uncover the secrets and foil the plans of these people?
I chose to remain quiet before, because I did not want to involve you in the Garden's internal conflicts.
Remodeling a world is no easy feat. These extremists likely aren't just simple Pathstriders. Do they wield the powers of the Emanators?
You can be even bolder with your guesses. The people that I'm talking about, they aren't just individuals. They are an organization that has already attached itself to the pinky finger of Fu Li.
Okay. Could they be the ones who hijacked March 7th's memories?
I cannot be certain. But at the very least, they are capable of doing so.
But why would they do this?
I am deeply sorry about what has happened to March 7th. But the deal that I propose still remains a fair one. Amphoreus is still an excellent destination, and investigating further might allow us to uncover the truth behind the accident. Miss Himiko, the wisest choice right now is for us to continue cooperating.
Okay. What's wrong?
Let me take back a part of what I said just now, Miss Himiko.
What happened?
Although we indeed struck a deal, it seems like I have involved you in some unforeseen danger. Please accept my deepest apologies.
Has something changed?
It's Fuli. Their gaze has just swept across Amphoreus.
Uh-oh. Is that... Wait, but didn't that already happen when we got the remembrance powers and were paired up with Mem? And we became the Remembrance Trailblazer? And what is Orynyx's connection to Fuli? That's the only connection between the gods within Amphoreus and the entire universe outside of Amphoreus. That's been the only connection so far, is some kind of connection between Orynyx and Fuli. But I would have thought, unless they're witnessing that moment right now, but this should be in time with what's happening that we just saw in Amphoreus. Herta, okay.
Oh, how interesting.
Yeah?
I never expected a mere memo snatcher to be actually hiding so much inside her head. What's even more interesting is that the word Amphoreus has appeared in her subconscious.
Who are we talking
This lady seems to be having fun. Is she usually like this?
It's hard to explain.
What are you two whispering about? Has it not occurred to you that I can hear everything clearly?
Oh, please pardon me, Madam Herta. Would you mind sharing with us what you've discovered?
The ones who need help are the Astral Express. You will have to put up with my methods, even if they are rather unconventional. Let's get back to the topic. By using the fourth mirror, I rummaged through the brain of this memo snatcher and learned a good deal.
Oh, that's right. Like way back when, last time we saw these guys, didn't they find someone?
Not only does this person know of Amphoreus, but there are also
then this
many
must be
memo
person
keepers
must
who
be
are
from the
interested in
faction
clips.
that Black Swan was just referring to, the extremists.
I searched through her consciousness and
But
found
this
the
arc
following
of the
terms.
story on the outside has just been so
the rejected
sparse
land,
I've completely
and the
forgotten
private
everything.
collection of the Garden of Recollection.
It seems like Miss Black Swan is indeed hiding some things
It's
from
okay,
us.
because she just confessed a lot of it. to
Since I'm
Himiko.
not able to find any useful clues from the outside, why don't I personally visit this mysterious Amphoreus?
How are you gonna do that? Oh my gosh, another person from beyond the sky.
You're planning to head to Amphoreus yourself?
Yes, but not in the flesh like you all foolishly did.
Wow, okay.
See these Herta mirrors? With them, I can project my data spirit entity to any corner of the cosmos through spatial warps, without
Wow,
even
don't
needing
we
to
all
leave
wish
my
we could do
room.
that instead of, you know, showing up in the flesh?
But of course, these corners of the cosmos must be within the coverage zone of inter-astral peace communications. After all,
Well,
this
then
is
Amphoreus wouldn't be
collaborative
covered by
technology.
that, right?
I see. You do seem like the more indoor type.
I don't know why Sunday's
Although
here.
that star zone is not within the network
Well,
of
I
the
know he's
IPC,
joined the Astral
the Express
Express.
itself can serve as a signal
He just
station.
seems so clueless to
Come,
what's going
give
on.
me the astral chart
Don't we all,
coordinates.
though? Don't we all?
Then sit back and enjoy the show.
How are you gonna see it if we needed Black Swan's power to see Amphoreus? I guess you don't need to see it to know it's there, I suppose. But if it doesn't
Alright,
work, you
now
guess
that
your
everything is ready,
projection is just gonna be
mirrors, get to work.
in the middle of nowhere. Okay. Oh wait, okay. I'm just walking to walk.
Madam, watching you work has been an enlightening experience for me. It's hard to imagine that an outstanding scholar like you could maintain such a relaxed manner most of the time. Your calm and collected nature is truly a trait that I should learn.
This brat. Why does everything that comes out of his mouth sound so snarky?
Yeah. Oh my god, this is so weird. This is actually so weird to rejoin, like, the Astro Express crew and, like, the story outside of Amphoreus after everything that just happened with Cass and Alexa. It's so weird.
Thank you, Madam Herta. Companions are
the lifeblood of the Astral Express. When things are settled, we will repay you for all your help.
Well, this young man sure is courteous. First mirror, input the coordinates. You'll be in charge of the spatial warp.
As you command, Madam Herda. The preparations are complete.
Great, okay.
Second mirror, prepare for the thought refraction. There's still some distance from the Astral Express to the Amphoreus celestial body. This time, okay.
Yeah, don't put her in the middle of nowhere.
Third mirror, you're in charge of generating the data spirit entity.
I'm happy to help.
Good question. Forget it.
Just use a regular one. Okay, wait, not the fourth one? Okay.
Preparation of the data spirit entity complete. Thought refraction at max power. Excellent. The first mirror. Let's get going.
Have a safe trip, Madam Herta.
May your journey yield good results.
Coordinates input complete. Preparing to activate spatial warp. Destination, unknown celestial body. Amphoreus. Spatial warp countdown. 5,
4, 3, 2, 1. I hope my microphone syncs that properly.
Warp activated.
Oh my gosh. The next person to reach Amphoreus.
So that's Amphoreus? Its appearance is...
I know, it's a
sure
big
is unique.
infinity, like an infinite cycle.
Second mirror. Prepare for thought refraction. It's time to send me in.
Alright, please read the safety protocols carefully.
Can't you hurry up?
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't expect it to be so turbulent. I should have asked the second mirror to use slightly less power.
Okay, so I see us and us and Downhung. Some...
Is this the entrance to
Amphoreus and the Flame Reaper. We still don't know who the Flame Reaper is.
I'll be able to find a way
Flame
in.
Reaper is. I thought they might have some connection to Thanatos. We should switch to Madam Herta.
Play like how you usually do in the simulated universe. What's this? A statue? It's ugly. I don't like it.
It's us!
Oh, I finally found your traces. How esteemed must you be for the great Herda to come out personally?
Thank you.
When we return, get ready to become free labor for the simulated universe for the rest of your
Oh,
life.
great. I look forward to that. My least favorite part of the game. Okay.
What's this? How creepy.
It is creepy.
Oh, it moves? Who are you trying to scare? It's either a projection or a fake. There doesn't seem to be much to take note of.
How did you end up specifically in the
Now
vortex? This is such a specific
How
place.
am I going to get into Amphoreus?
Kind of are? Or I guess the vortex
My
is
deepest apologies, esteemed lady. I'm afraid that you cannot proceed further.
Who's there?
Oh, it's Lygus.
Although not part
Oh,
of
that
the
makes sense, because Lygus could even see
calculations,
Cersei's. Lygus
is a
can see
pleasant
things that
surprise.
everybody else can't.
It's a pity that the preparations are not yet in place to receive you with the hospitality.
He clearly
some
knows stuff the
your
rest of us don't, because apparently he knows.
status deserves.
Are you not going to answer my question? Who are you?
I have many identities, and I'm going to have even more in the future.
In the future.
But if you just need a form
We still don't
of
even know who the
address,
CEOs are.
you can use my common alias, Lycurgus. Lygus.
All right, Lygus. But you can't possibly think that I'm just asking for a name, can you?
Regrettably, I do not have the authority to share more information. However, standards are always flexible. While not violating the ultimate agreement, I'm able to disclose this piece of information. As you thought, this is the entrance to Amphoreus. Now, please, kindly turn back. Amphoreus is not a world that you should be involved with, regardless of what kind of magnificent achievements you have accomplished. This place will not open its doors so easily.
You seem to understand me very well. Then you should know that I have no reason to listen to you.
Your reaction is completely within my calculations. Despite my long years as a watcher, it seems like my assessment of human nature still remains accurate.
She's asking the real questions. We don't really know who Lygus
I mean,
is,
to sense
actually.
a beautiful desire for knowledge. But my answer remains unchanged.
Oh, interesting. Look, the core
Madam,
flames aren't lit up right now.
It is with the utmost goodwill that I suggest you return to where you came from.
Let's assume for a second that I'm not so well-mannered, and that I insist on uncovering the secrets hidden behind you, Mr. Lygus. How do you plan to dispel this notion of mine?
Within the scope of the ultimate agreement, there are 178,244 logic chains at my disposal to convince you. After filtering through them, I have determined that I only require 3 to attain the results that I desire.
Oh? I'm all ears.
First, for reasons that cannot be disclosed, Amphoreus is a completely isolated celestial body.
That's true.
Apart from me, no one else will be able to help
So
you.
it sounds like Lygus is the
enter.
only one who seems to actually know. He seems to know
That's
things
not a
about
good
the outside
argument.
world.
Second, if your plan is, as you've alluded to previously, to force me into cooperating by showing hostility, do know that, just like you, I have basked in the gaze of the erudition.
Oh, he's the
stake
first
my
Amphoreus
honor
character to know about
and
the
assure
eons.
you that, in the worst case scenario,
Not only that, to have
our
basked in the gaze of the
mutual
eons.
destruction will be
That's what Herta was trying to do
inevitable.
before Welt and Sunday interrupted her.
Oh. No wonder I couldn't find a back
Get
door.
another audience
When I did a
with
scan
the
of our
audition.
surroundings, the safety protocols on you are comparable to Screwy's. How interesting.
I assume that you still wish to hear the third logic chain.
Yes.
Of course. Why wouldn't I?
Third, even if you exhaust all your means and find a way to break through, you will surely give up once you understand the consequences of your actions. After all, throughout your long life, as much as you'd hate to admit, your conscience has played a crucial role.
So there's consequences if she intervenes? I mean, what's she trying to do
What
here?
a
Is she just trying
brazen
to
robot.
contact us?
You think that you can
Because we would
actually
love to be
understand me
contacted
through
by
your
our friends right now.
paltry
We're really lonely.
calculations?
We have a lot of new friends.
But since you put it that way, why don't you tell me what these consequences
But what could be
will
the consequences of just contacting us? Or is there more to what if
It
something would happen if she
concerns the
broke into
third
Amphoreus?
path that is entangled with Amphoreus. A path that you and your friends still very much lack understanding of.
And you were the only person.
The destruction.
The destruction.
So, if you ignore my warnings and persist in your ways, you will break the shackles of a Lord Ravager. And when that happens, their
But we've already
fury
defeated a
will
Ravager. We
engulf
defeated
the
Fantilia.
cosmos.
And that didn't go that poorly. Oh, I guess that's it? You can't end on a cliffhanger like that. I can absolutely end on a cliffhanger like that. Okay. Alright, lots of stuff to add to the book, it seems. Lots of stuff. Oh my gosh. So much happened. We became the demigod of time. Once again, I ask, now do we have to die and be reincarnated in the new world? Look at at that, we're only missing 2 core flames. Aquila, the Titan who trapped us down here at Amphoreus, said to be very difficult. And Kefali, whose symbol actually matches the shape in Finon's eyes. Can I add to the base now? I know you're parched. I can finally give this to you, can't I? I can. 40. Oh my god, I just had enough to get all of them at once. Whoa, look at all those gems we have. Yay. That was a lot. We are finally getting to the part where A, after thousands of years, we're gonna end the flame chase journey in a couple months. Because we arrived here. B, we're sort of learning what the flame chase journey is truly about. Which is that we are already living in an era nova. And we are about to start a new era nova. That the Titans were once demigods who pursued a similar path. And now they became the Titans, and the demigods of this era will become the Titans in the new world. And it seems that Finon is destined to be the one who remembers the old world and to bring back everybody as he remembers them, which I feel like is a big task because, you know, is anybody's memory really that perfect? So many questions. A lot of questions answered. At last, Casterus, just like Mighty before, had to stay behind to fulfill her destiny, but I got answers to the questions and found her fulfillment. And found her sister in the end, and now will be the guardian of a beautiful, peaceful sort of afterlife until this souls may be reincarnated again. And Anaxa is putting a huge amount of faith in Finon to come back. So he became, did he pass, I guess Cersei's acknowledged that he passed the trial, so he became the demigod, right? And then he died. But that was according to his plan. And it seems, how come Lygus knows? I guess, how come, it seems that knowledge of the world from beyond Amphoreus has been forgotten and then kept from the people of Amphoreus. That as Anaxa and Hyacinth, I can't remember who said it, but Aquila keeps the sky up there so that way people don't gaze beyond it, right? But just now we're finally seeing there's some connection between Amphoreus, obviously, what the connections between Amphoreus and the outside world are, and that there seems to be factions that are trying to disturb it. It's all just so weird, but finally, this sort of self-contained story seems like it's going to be breaking free of those shackles of the sky. In the next update, I assume, when we address the sky and the demigod of the sky. Yeah. And then the update after that, which they have just released, the preview for Fine, I think will be the end. So we still got some story to go, but hey, we're making our way through there. A lot of sad things, but a lot of learned experiences. Alright, that's gonna be it from me today, I think. Oh, we should collect some achievements. Okay, let's see. I do not look back no matter how sweet and serene the call to remain. Yep. And the witness of the Citizens' Assembly. That's right, that's democracy for you. Alright. What's this message? Oh, the Golden Scapegoat. Okay. I will see you all in the next stream, whenever that is. Bye, everyone. Turtle says the circle of life. Yeah, that's right. Alright, bye, everyone. You were right.